You ever hear about a secret that's so powerful it gets passed around in whispers for, like, decades? Well, in the world of high-stakes trading, there's this legendary manuscript that's exactly that. It's called Phantom of the Pits, and it basically argues that the real key to winning has nothing to do with complicated strategies. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover its secrets.
Just let that sink in for a second. In a game that is all about being right, the author tells us the real secret is to get really, really good at being wrong. It's a completely backward idea, right? And it's the foundation for a huge shift in how we think about success, not just in trading, but really in any high-pressure situation.
So, this is the puzzle we're gonna piece together. The entire secret of the Phantom boils down to just two simple rules. But, and this is a big but, following them means you have to actively fight your own human nature. It's like you're standing at a fork in the road. There's the easy path that pretty much guarantees failure, and then there's the hard path, the one that actually leads to the top.
Okay, so first up, where in the world did this weird little book even come from? Let's dig into the legend of the Phantom.
So the story goes something like this. Way back in 1997, a writer named Arthur Simpson sits down with this mysterious, super successful trader, a guy he just calls the Phantom. The book is really just a transcript of their conversations, and it became this underground classic for one big reason. It completely ignores all the typical advice about charts and analysis, and instead focuses entirely on the psychological war you have to win inside your own head. To really get the Phantom's rules, you first have to understand the problem he was trying to solve. And believe me, it is a massive problem.
Yep, there's the number. Some say it's even higher, but the reality is just brutal. The vast majority of people who get into trading fail. They just lose money. End of story.
So the big question is, why? Well, the Phantom's diagnosis is incredibly simple. We fail because our own instincts, the things that feel natural and easy to do, are the exact opposite of what we should be doing in the market. In this slide, it just lays out the whole battlefield perfectly. Over on the left, that's what feels easy. It's our gut reaction, holding on to a losing trade, hoping it'll come back, or cashing out a small win just for that little rush of being right. But then, look at the winners. They do what feels painful. They kill their bad trades instantly, and they have the discipline, the iron will to let their winning trades grow into something huge.
So how do we actually fight against our own instincts? Well, the Phantom's answer starts with his first and probably most important rule. This rule, it flips everything completely upside down. See, most people get into a trade thinking, okay, this is a winner, and I'll get out if it proves I'm wrong. The Phantom says, nope, do the opposite. Assume every single trade is a loser the second you make it. Your one and only job is to sit and wait for the market to prove that you are in fact right. If it doesn't, you're out. No hesitation, gone.
This is all about taking control. You're not just a passenger waiting for the market to smack you with a huge loss and force you out. No, you are in command. You are the one who looks at the trade and says this isn't working, and you're the one who pulls the plug. Fast, decisively.
The Phantom uses this perfect analogy. Think about it. When you get a walk signal at a crosswalk, do you just step right into the street? Of course not. You assume some car might blow through the red light, so you look both ways. You plan for the possibility that your green light is wrong. Trading, he says, is exactly the same. Protect yourself first, always. And here it is, the crazy paradox at the heart of rule number one. Winning isn't about being right all the time. It's about being incredibly good at being wrong fast, being wrong small, and doing it without getting emotional. The best loser is the one who ultimately wins. But look, cutting your losses is only half the battle. If all you do is take small losses, you'll just spin your wheels and break even. To actually make money, you need the other half of the equation.
Okay, rule number 2. When a trade is finally proven correct, you have to add to it. You have to press your winners. This is what takes trading from being a coin flip to an actual profitable business, because it makes your wins way bigger than your small controlled losses.
This is another one of those huge psychological hurdles. Our ego, it just loves that quick win. It wants to pat itself on the back and say, see, I was right, and grab the money. But the Phantom says, forget your ego. The goal isn't to be right, it's to do the right thing. And the right thing is to add to a position that the market itself has told you is correct.
So how do you actually do this without taking on some insane amount of risk? Well, the Phantom lays out a pyramid plan. You never ever go all in at once. You start with a base position, let's say 3 units. If the market moves your way and proves you're right, you add 2 more. If that trend keeps going, you add your final 1. This 3-2-1 kind of approach lets you press your advantage while keeping your risk totally under control.
All right, so we have the 2 rules. Cut your losses and press your winners. Sounds simple, right? But this is where we get to the absolute heart of the Phantom's wisdom. Because knowing the rules, that's the easy part. The real challenge, the thing that separates everyone else from the winners, is actually being able to do it.
And there it is, the ultimate secret of the Phantom of the Pits. The rules themselves are dead simple. The real work, the true secret, is changing your own behavior. It's about rewiring your brain to do what feels completely unnatural and uncomfortable.
There's this great story in the book. On a freezing cold day, one of the editors sees a woman just swimming in the icy sea. He's shocked, and he asks her how it's even possible. And her answer was so simple. She said she just started in the summer and kept swimming every day as the water got colder and colder. Her body just got used to it. She said there's no magic to it.
And that's really the whole takeaway. Success in this game isn't some secret formula or a magic piece of software. It's the slow, deliberate process of getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's about learning to stand the psychological cold that makes everybody else run out of the water.
And that really brings us to the final question for you. The Phantom secret isn't just a trading strategy, it's a life strategy built on embracing discomfort. So if you look at your own life, your career, your goals, what's the one uncomfortable truth you've been avoiding? What's that hard path you know you need to take, the one that could change everything?